All right, sixth graders. This is a very important lesson today, okay? We are going to start looking at equations in a different way. We're going to start looking at equations in terms of what is the solution to the equation. And you all are going to be lawyers when you're doing this. What is a lawyer charged with?
Lawyers, they try to protect or get the other person guilty or non-guilty.
Yep, by doing what?
By pleading their case, by
And?
arguing with the judge.
Okay, by
Providing
arguing.
facts.
It's not really by what?
Providing facts.
Providing facts. Presenting what?
Evidence.
Evidence. It's also called proof of something that is true, okay? A lawyer doesn't just get to walk into a courtroom and say, Judge, he's innocent.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
He's going to say why.
He's going to say why. He's going to say what? Prove it.
Prove you're right.
Prove it. You're going to have to do that with these equations, okay?
Prove it.
You're going to have to prove it, and you're going to learn how to prove it. Using logic, using logical steps to prove that a variable has a certain value, okay? Here's what I mean. You could look at this equation, n plus 2 equals 5, and say, oh, it's 3. Okay? Why do we have to learn this then? We already know that n is 3, right?
Yeah, because they're not always that easy.
Because, what did I just say that we're learning how to do?
Provide facts.
Provide facts. To prove it. Okay, so you are going to be learning a process of proving the solution. Okay? Now, the goal when you're proving a solution is to get that solution, to get the variable, I should say, by itself on one side of the equation, on one side of the equal sign. So whatever else is on that side, you have to get rid of it. Okay? Guys, hands and eyes, look up here. You have to prove it by getting n all by itself so that it says n equals the other side. Whatever's on the other side then is the solution. Okay? So that's why it says the goal in solving an equation is to get the n by itself on one side. Now we're going to be working with addition equations first. Alright? And this model shows that this number n, whatever this value is, plus 2 equals 5. We're going to use minus signs that equal -1. So every minus sign equals a -1, and every plus sign equals a positive 1. Okay?
Oh, I get it.
Now, in order to get rid of something on one side, we have to add its opposite to it. Okay? In other words, if we have pluses, we have to add what? What's the opposite of pluses? Minuses. We have to add negatives to the positives in order to get rid of them, right? What's 1 plus -1?
0.
0. What's 2 plus -2? 0. We completely remove it if we add its opposite. Okay? So we're going to add -2 to this side. And for every negative that we add, actually if I put it, let me put them next to them, then it's easier to pair them up. For every negative we add, it gets rid of the positive. Okay? Now, the rule when you're proving this is that whatever you do to one side of an equation, you have to do the exact same thing to the other side in order for it to stay balanced. That's only fair, right? If you do something to one side, you have to do the same thing to the other side Well, if we add -2 in order to get rid of the 2, or to make this 0, then we have to add -2 to this side. Right? And that gets rid of 2 of these. What's left, class?
3.
3.
Which is n.
N is still left on the left side. And we've proven that n equals 3. Okay? That's how you prove. What's left, it says. What is left on the right side is the solution to the equation. Okay? Let's go on. Here's another model for this equation. X plus 1 equals 6. Here's one x and one positive. And then on the right side we have 6 positives. Now we have to get the x by itself. So we have to get rid of this -1, or this +1, I should say. Add a -1 to get rid of this +1. Right? So that gets rid of those. And then x is left on this side. And add what over here, class?
6. 1.
Add a -1 on this side also. Add a -1 so that we keep the sides balanced. What's left? What's left? 5, right? That proves x equals 5. Okay? Let's go to your assignment. At the bottom of the page. The first one is x plus 6 equals 12. What do you need to add to the left side in order to get rid of the 6? What do you need to add to the left side in order to get rid of the 6?
Negative.
How many?
6.
Add 6 negatives.
Can we do that?
Yep. Do that right now. Add 6 negatives.
Yeah.
Now, you can't just add them to the left side. You have to add the same thing to the right side. So add 6 negatives to the right side also.
On our assignment.
Number 1 on your assignment, I showed you where we're at.
No, it's not. You have to put the minus.
You have to put the minuses in. Put -6. Put 6 minus signs in order to get rid of the 6 plus signs. And then write the solution at the bottom. X equals 6, and circle it. You've just proven that the solution to the equation is x equals 6. Add 6 minus signs to each side.
Can we just like put x, instead of doing the whole thing, can we just put x equals 6?
No, that doesn't prove that x equals 6. No, it doesn't.
X equals 6 minus. What?
But you have to prove it with what? Evidence. Your work is your evidence. Okay? Look at number 2. I modeled that one up here because it's a little bit different. This one has 8 equals x minus 2. So, it's written with just the number on the left side and the variable and 2 negatives on the right side. Right? So, where should we start? We have been starting on the left side because that's the side with the variable on it,
Yeah.
right? But should we start on the left side on this one?
No.
No. No, we need to start on the right side. Start on the side with the variable. Repeat that. Start on
side with the variable.
Good. Now, we have an x and we have minus 2. What should we add to the negatives to get rid of them?
Positive.
Add positives. How many?
6. 8. 2.
2. Right. Add 2. 1, 2. That gets rid of these. That leaves x by itself. Now, what do we need to add to the left side?
Negative. Positive.
2 positives again. We have to add the same thing to both sides. We added 2 positives to the right side. We have to add 2 positives to the left side.
Couldn't you do?
Now, does that cancel anything out?
No.
No. What does it do in fact?
Add more.
It adds more. So this proves that x equals what?
10.
Equals 10. See, we added 2 to each side. We removed the negative 2 by adding 2. And we added 8 plus 2 to get 10. We added 2 to the 8 we already had to get 10. Okay? Any questions? We're going to go through and practice these. Continue to use the plus signs and the minus signs to model these equations, okay?